Hi, YouTubers. So today is day one of my Joe Cross 30-day reboot plan. I used the plan in his book. I think it's called the Juicing Diet. The first 5 days is a eating juicing plan, and it basically over those 5 days takes away meals and adds juices in to kind of segue you into the plan, but there is no segue out, just FYI. My plan to segue out is actually to start incorporating the last 3 or 4 days of juicing in with some of Dr. Furman's healthy eating recipes and stuff. So I'm going to segue into Dr. Furman's lose 10 in 20 days, lose 10 pounds in 20 days. So I will just use some of those recipes and kind of segue over. So day one, I woke up starving to death because last night I was retarded. And even though I read Joe's book and he said, hey, don't go through the house and eat a bunch of junk food. I don't really have junk food, but we just came off of Christmas. And there were things that I had made that were in my fridge or in my pantry, cabinets, whatever, that only I eat because I made them like allergen free. And they were actually going to go bad if they sat for like 2 months. So I tried to clean house and I actually gained 3 pounds of inflammation. So that kind of sucked. And I don't know, I was just starving because I ate so much yesterday that my stomach stretched out and I was starving. And I usually eat high volume foods and like low caloric foods. So I will eat like freaking probably a whole head of like iceberg lettuce. Like that's about the size that I would eat of lettuce. So like 2 or 3 like romaine hearts and like, yeah, like I'm used to eating a lot because I came off of the starch solution. So it's like high volume foods and anywho, so this morning I still haven't finished my ginger lemon water. It's great. I didn't really like it the first time I rebooted either, but whatever, I'm going to drink it. I'm supposed to drink it before I even start breakfast, but breakfast almost gone. I was starving this morning, and so I heated up my ginger lemon water. I made it ahead of time. Pretty much everything I'm making is ahead of time. So I've spent the last couple afternoons prepping the first 5, I think I'm almost up to 5 days of food and juices, and I left I think 3 days in the fridge and the rest are in the freezer. And so I was starving. I went out and I did chores after drinking about half a glass of that, and guess what? I wasn't even starving anymore. So my body is not giving me the correct signals that I need to eat. Obviously, if like I really seriously wasn't even remotely hungry when I came back in. But because I'm supposed to juice in like an hour, I decided I probably should eat breakfast. So since it's day one, I want to give you my weight, but I'm going to give you my non-inflammation weight because that's the lowest number. And so that's going to be my starting point because my weight, it depends on what I eat. Some foods are causing me inflammation, some are not. My bowels are messed up at the moment. So the lowest I've been is 174. So that's going to be my starting weight. I will probably be that in a couple days because this whole eating plan basically is non-inflammatory. So I'm going to start out at 174. I am 5'5". My goal is to hit 150 by my birthday at the end of April. So I'm merely not doing this for weight loss. I'm doing this to help heal my gut. I should just do it every year because my gut is so messed up. I'm pretty sure I have celiac disease, but the doctors, they just don't care. They don't want to test me. They don't want to go in and do a biopsy because it costs money. And honestly, I'm just tired of all the tests that show I don't have celiac, but you can have celiac all the way up until like the last stage before a blood test will even show it. So yeah, I've been on this so I don't want to call it a diet, but I've been on the starch solution and eating plant-based foods with like 1% animal products. If I can help it, I don't need them at all. But with so many allergies to foods, like sometimes I just have to. So I've been on that for about 6 months. Just a few months ago, like something happened in my system where my hormones got all off balance. I had to up my thyroid medicine. My periods are irregular. My digestion has like totally messed up. I used to be clockwork every single morning, 6:30 bathroom. Now I'm not. It's getting back to where I'm severely constipated, even on a plant-based diet. So something's up. And so this reboot is to reset my whole system, fix my gut at the same time. When I start going juice only, that's when I will start adding in my probiotics and my, right now I'm already taking L-glutamine, but I plan on adding quercetin into that. And I'm also taking at the current time B12 and D3 because I'm D3 deficient. So I'm actually, I guess I'm not deficient at the moment. We're adjusting, I'm lowering my dose to stay high-end normal because that's where thyroid patients need to be. I have Hashimoto's, in case you don't know, and I've had that for probably 2 years-ish, something like that. I did try natural thyroid, and that did not work for me. My doctor was super unhelpful and wouldn't up my dose when I needed it upped. And even though I was feeling better on a lower dose, my numbers weren't where they needed to be, and I needed to go up. And she was just anti-regular drug, and because she doesn't get a kickback. That's what it is. I'm very against the doctors. They don't know what they're talking about. They've never taken nutrition courses, and you're the best advocate for you. And I have found extreme healing even in my symptoms, even though my thyroid number was down and like I've had all these bowel issues and menstrual cycles, and I still feel like 100% better than I did like 2 years ago when I first started looking into juicing and eating and all that stuff. So day 174 pounds is going to be my start weight. I am finishing breakfast. I was retarded too when I was prepping, and I didn't read the directions, even though I've done this before. I made the salad wrong. So my salad for lunch and dinner, I combined my dinner salad vegetables into my lunch salad. So like I'm just going to eat the other one plain, and like as long as I get it all today, it'll be fine. So yeah, okay. Long days at work. But I plan today is Friday the 29th, and I'm going to spend today prepping the last 5 days of what I bought, because I bought 10 days worth of food. I am not juicing organic. I cannot afford to juice organic. I barely can afford to juice. We are actually working extra hours and extra side work in order for me to juice these 30 days, and then also to go into Dr. Furman's plan. I can kind of segue back out of those jobs, but people say it's expensive to juice, and it is, but I figure that juicing non-organic is better than not juicing at all. And I juiced last time non-organic as well, because finances are very strapped, and you just can't buy $140 worth of food for 10 days for just you. And that's non-organic. So it's just really hard on families, and I understand why people are always sick, but pick up extra side work. I'm actually cleaning 2 houses, and my husband has driven up to Chicago and done some side work for a gentleman there that was able to pay us some money. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Day 1. I think I'm going to make it. I'll probably give you an update tomorrow on if I made it and how good the food was. And there are some recipes, since I've done this before, that I don't like, but I'm going to eat them anyway or tweak them slightly, like the raw ginger carrot soup. I just made it carrot and no ginger. So I guess I'll just drink extra ginger tonic, but I've already tried that recipe. I do not care for it at all. So yeah. Anyway, I will give you an update tomorrow on how things went and how things seem to be progressing on the scale.